The problem is that this is an evolving situation. Literally every day we learn a little bit more about it.
The United States is reporting the highest number of deaths in a single day, nearly 1,500.
More than 77,000 new cases were reported yesterday.
Because the U.S. just recorded its worst week for new cases since this pandemic began. More than 500,000 new COVID infections.
So 2020 has been very difficult on everyone, and especially first responders. Obviously, in trying to react to the challenges that the virus has brought on to us.
It's really been incredible and my privilege to watch the team here at Milford Regional in terms of their response to COVID-19, because there's been no playbook for it.
Not knowing what's going to transmit it and what they can touch and whether their clothes are contaminated or whether their car is and whether they can go home to be with their kids.
We have to, do crowd control, do enforcement, stop cars, make sure, that the laws are being upheld. But at the same time, we're going to make sure that our officers are protected, our officers are safe, and it's tough to do with something that you can't see. With this virus, you can't see it, you don't know where it is, you don't know who has it, you don't know where it's coming from.
In addition, the impact to the residents puts such a strain on them that we're seeing side issues, not just with the virus, but with people's feelings and depression and that just sometimes bring out difficult sides.
Obviously, we want to make sure that we're taking care of everybody that's ill, but that we're doing it in a safe way. That's why you might see differences with how we respond to your house now. We're a little more cautious and we gather more information just to make sure that we're keeping our personnel safe and keeping you safe at the same time.
So like the rest of the industry, we've had to figure it out as we go. And it's really just been impressive to watch the dedication of our staff deal with patients, service our community about this unknown disease, particularly in the beginning. So watching them gear up on a daily basis to put on their PPE equipment and to take such compassionate care of patients, for many times where they can't have visitors, they are the family of the patient.
My goal when I go to work is to have grace and compassion on especially my coworkers who are so stressed.
We all have families, we all got to get through this together, we're all a community, and it's just changed the way we interact with people.
Prayer is so important, and I think during this year, we probably found that we're praying more, looking for guidance, for spiritual guidance, and for some direction and answers. So keeping us, Milford Fire Department, in your prayers is very much appreciated and something that we definitely can use.
I think praying for our safety, for us as first responders, but also for our families, because we do go home at the end of our shift and we put them at risk. And I'd include the community at large as well, because again, this is a big challenge for them, not just with the illness, but especially with the holidays coming up, which is a difficult time for many. Being isolated will just add even more.
Well, I think in this second wave, while we have systems in place and we have probably more PPE, which personal protective equipment, and testing is more available, I think the stress of going through it again is really overwhelming to people. And so I think just praying for people's emotional comfort and psychological comfort and asking God to give them strength and hope in the midst of this, that it will end and that God will help us see us through it.
I think keeping in mind our employees, our medical staff in terms of taking care of patients is really what comes to mind. But when you talk to our staff, often they're not really thinking of themselves. They're thinking of their patient, but they're also thinking of their own family. I mean, for them, getting sick is more the risk of it bringing them home to their family members, to their parents, to their spouses and to their children. And so I think thinking of the employee as a whole and what they're doing every day with themselves, with the patient, and their family is really what needs to be kept in mind. And we're so grateful for you taking the time to do that.
I'd say in general, just keep praying for the country. Pray for your local police departments, your local fire departments, your hospitals, any first responder, any public safety worker, the person at the grocery store, because we're all the ones that have to work during this pandemic. Just pray for the safety of everybody, for our families, the health of the nation. I think that's what matters. We're all in this together, and I think that's what we all need to remember, that we're a community that sticks together and we pray for each other.
Ed, it's an awesome privilege to stand here on behalf of the faith community and the Bethany Community Church and to present a citation of acknowledgement from Senator Ryan Fatman, which reads, "Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to Edward J. Kelly, to Chief David Kurczy, and the Mendon Police Department
in recognition of your unending dedication to protecting and preserving the health and well-being of the community through this pandemic, and to your entire team
that has prioritized the service and safety of everyone before your own." Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you. Just like to thank you and thank Bethany Church, and thank you for your prayers. Keep praying for all the public safety people out there, and all the first responders in the hospital. And
thank you so much for your sacrificial service in the year 2020.
On behalf of the Milford Fire Department, thank you, Pastor Phil. We really appreciate the recognition, and we thank you for keeping us in your prayers.
I think that captures it really well. God bless you, and you will remain in our prayers.
On behalf of our team, I accept this here at Milford Regional. Thank you for thinking of us and keeping you in your prayers. Thank you.
We'll get through this together. I think the prayers of all of us saying it together, we'll get it through, and we'll be better on the other end of this, knowing a lot more.
That's right. You got it. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you.